So Michael posted a quote from me. It said something I said in the meeting that silence doesn't support any story. Then the question came in, well, is that why I'm not comfortable when I'm by myself? I'm not comfortable with myself. It's uncomfortable to be just with myself, with the silence. Yeah, that's exactly why. It's exactly the point, and it's exactly what we're talking about every week at the meetings. So we're always talking about the story. The story is the me, and from the point of view of the me, in the condition of the me experience, the story is my life. And the story is the story of me living my life in and among all this stuff, all this going on. And I'm doing stuff in the story. Now, for the me, that's the solution to all my problems. That's what the me experience is. It's finding my solution. The me is already having a problem, which is the condition of the me. The condition of the me is a problem because it's separate from everything, separate from itself, essentially. Doesn't notice it. It just feels like running around here. But the condition of feeling like that, being in a story of a world, is to be separate, in a separate world. And that's a problem. And it's a discomfort. It doesn't feel comfortable. So me is looking for its comfort. But for me, the comfort is going to, the feeling, the perception is that my comfort is somewhere in this story, is where I'm going to find my comfort. Something that I'm going to do, because the story always involves doing. If I stop doing, there's no doing, there's no story. No doing means I'm back. There's the silence, or there's just this. But that's not the experience of the me. The me is doing whatever I can do to get comfortable, to find the cure, the healing of my problem. Every me is a problem. This problem of being separate from what I'm missing. And I'm looking for that in my story. So why am I uncomfortable when I'm just sitting and not busy getting my solution? Not busy doing all the things that I'm sure are going to get me to that thing that I need. That's what the doing is all about. If I don't feel needful, if I don't have a need, I don't feel needy, then I'm not propelled into action to do, to find a missing thing, the completeness, find my wholeness. So, as me, I'm always moving. I was moving toward my wholeness, my beloved, that thing that is just, just around the corner, just at the other end of some kind of doing, this doing that I'm doing all the time, is to get there, carry myself to that place. Okay, So if I'm just sitting here and I'm not answering the call, answering the problem, responding to the problem, then I'm not going to be comfortable. Because I'm just going to be sitting here with my problem. I'm just going to be sitting here feeling the problem of separation. So that's the story of the me. So this question, why am I not comfortable? Why is it uncomfortable to just be with myself? That question didn't come from who you are, who I am. Okay, that's a question that comes, and Faith asked the question, but any of us could ask the question because it's the question of the me. It's not a question that has anything to do with Faith, who she actually is. Who you are, who I am, what everything actually is not the story of the me. So this me experience asks this question. So Faith says, why am I not comfortable? But what she's really voicing is, why is this me experience so uncomfortable? Okay, so the real question is, if we had a question, what's going on here that I am identified with this me problem? So me has a problem and expresses it. And there's, that's one problem. Why am I not comfortable with just being by myself? But, the me is going to have an endless list of things that are a problem, because that's why it's busy doing all of its doing to handle all of this and get rid of the problem. But the problem is the me problem. It's not your problem. It's not my problem. It's nobody's problem. Because the story of the me isn't happening to anyone. It's not about anyone. There is no one who's having this me problem. That's the whole point. The me problem is inherent in the me reality, but it isn't real. The me reality is just an appearance. It's not appearing to anyone. It's not appearing to anyone. There is no one. There's just this silence. There's just this experience of whatever it is, and we can't say what it is. But it's not happening to anyone, and it doesn't have a problem. The problem is all about the story of me. And every story of me is a problem. And if I'm me, then I've got this problem, and I'm going to be busy doing stuff about it to get rid of the problem. And if I'm just going to be sitting with my problem, that's going to be uncomfortable. So again, that's the question that the me asks, why am I uncomfortable? But it's not any real question. The only real question might be, why am I identifying as this odd bit of noise that's called the me experience? It's happening, it's appearing as this feeling of being separate and needing some kind of experience to get rid of that problem. It takes a whole life and a whole story to go through that adventure of getting the solution in the story, and it never works because there's it's just this weird game of an apparent separate thing in an apparent story, taking the story to be real, taking the separate position to be something real, and then the game being played out of this me trying to find its solution to its problem in this story with it, and it's by doing all the stuff that it can do, and by getting all the things that it can get within the little story until it exhausts itself. So again, the real question is not why am I uncomfortable? I'm uncomfortable because that's the me experience, is to be very uncomfortable and to be looking for the end of my discomfort in this reality that I'm imagining is real, is imagining is happening to me. But actually nothing is happening to me. There isn't any me in any of this. And there isn't anything happening in any of this. The only thing that there is just what is here. It's not happening. We call it silence. We call it, there's not a word for it. We call it this. It's never been seen. It's never been documented. There's nothing we can say about it. It certainly doesn't have a problem. It doesn't have any separate qualities at all. It's beyond what we could have words for or imagine or, it's just what is. So, again, the question, why am I uncomfortable with myself? Well, because I'm asking this question from inside the me experience. And the me experience is uncomfortable and looking to get rid of the uncomfortable, to get comfortable. And for the me, my story is my ally. It's my lover. It's my hero. I look to my story because I know that my solution is in that story. My comfort is in the story. Everything that I know, all of my hope, all of my everything, me, it's the closest thing to me is my story. It's my best friend. It's everything. You are my everything, is what the me says to the me story. And it's true, because the me story is the me. But the question is, what does that have to do with you? And if you're serious about that question, in a way, you might end up in non-duality world. Because that's what we talk about. But that isn't for the me. Because there isn't anything to do about any of this. There's nothing to do. The me has everything to do, and the me imagines that its solution, that it has a problem and that it's going to find its solution by doing. That's why it's doing all the time. But, you may feel a resonance with this other kind of pointing, which is just pointing to the fact that isn't happening. It's not happening to you. It's not happening to anyone. There is no happening here. Nothing happening. Nothing even, we can't even say what's here. Because it's obvious. And if it ain't obvious, it's not here. It's in the story. So, again, the question, why am I uncomfortable? Well, because there's this reality of a me. You think you're you. You think you're a me. So look again, maybe. But this is not very useful for me. I mean, it's not very satisfying. Because it can't be put into it can't be done. You can't do anything about it. It can't be used. It doesn't fit into the story. So the me is in the story. And if it hears this message, it hears it as a story, which means it's something that I'm now going to use. I'm going to get it, or I'm going to, learn what I need to learn, understand it. But it can't be understood because it's already the case. There's nothing to do about it.